ELA Masters, the grammar skill we'll be working on today will be how to use quotation marks. How to use quotation marks. How to use, tell me. Yes, with dialogue. Now, scholars, I know that you've already practiced using quotation marks with dialogue earlier in the year, so I know that you'll be working so hard on this easy peasy work. Say, oh yeah! Good. Today, we will be able to use commas and quotation marks correctly with dialogue. As a reminder, your directions are to 1, watch each video. You won't be able to move on with our practice without it. 2, complete your guided practice with me. You will need a blank piece of paper and a pencil. If you need to grab those, go ahead and click pause on your video and get those now. Good. 3 completes the independent practice on your own. That means without an adult or a sibling. And 4, at the end of your Google form, you are going to click Submit. Then, a little bit different, on your assignment, you are going to click Mark as Done. Notice how there's no longer a turn in button. Instead, you will click Mark as Done after you click Submit on your Google form. You do not need to click Add or Create. Got it? Great. Let's move on. Scholars, let's consider this sentence. The kids all shouted, "We love ice cream!" I notice that in this sentence, there is something that is being said. I know because it says the word shouted, which is a clue word. And I can tell that the kids are shouting. What are they shouting? Tell me. Yes, they are shouting, "We love ice cream." Scholars, this is dialogue. Dialogue is the words people say when they talk. Dialogue is the words people say when they talk. Dialogue is get ready, go. Dialogue is good. Friends, that is our first answer to our Google form. Let's go ahead and add that. What is the words people say when they talk? Yes, that is called dialogue. Go ahead and pause the video to type in dialogue. Good. I knew that there was dialogue in this sentence because of the clue word shouted. Clue words tell me when someone is about to speak or when someone is using, what's that word? If you said dialogue, go ahead and brush your shoulder off. Good. Clue words show me when someone is about to use dialogue or about to speak. Some other clue words include the words said, asked, told, or yelled. Can you tell me one more clue word that shows dialogue? Nice thinking, scholars. At the end of my clue word, I also have a comma. Every time I notice that my dialogue is at the end of a sentence and my clue word is towards the beginning of the sentence, I always draw a comma after the clue word. Around my dialogue, I have 2 quotation marks. ELA masters also notice that my quotation marks go around my dialogue, including my dialogue's end punctuation. Remember, my quotation marks go around the whole dialogue, including the end punctuation. Scholars, the last important piece to remember is that dialogue always includes an uppercase letter. Dialogue always includes Good. Friends, notice how this dialogue, "We love ice cream," looks like its own sentence. This is an imperative sentence because it shows emotion and ends in an exclamation point. Again, we always make sure the quotation marks go around my dialogue, including the exclamation point. Whenever the dialogue is at the end of a sentence, like it is here, I have a special chant that can help us remember where I write my punctuation. It goes like this: clue word, comma, quotation mark, uppercase letter. Again, go. Clue word, comma, quotation mark, uppercase letter. Now you try. Very good. Let's add that to our Google form. What are the parts of the quotation mark again? Remind me. Yes, very good. Clue word, comma, quotation mark, uppercase letter. Scholars, let's read another sentence. "Do you want to go get ice cream?" asked Monica's mom. As a good reader, I need to look for where I see the dialogue or the words being said. It sounds like "Do you want to go get ice cream?" is what Monica's mom is asking. Let's underline it. How did I know that this was dialogue? What clue word did I see in this sentence? If you said asked, give yourself a high five. Right. Asked is my clue word. It shows me that someone is saying something. Let's add that to our last question. The clue word in sentence 2 was asked. Good. Friends, notice how this dialogue is a question. Even though this dialogue is in the beginning of the sentence, I still need to treat it like it's its own sentence. It is an interrogative sentence, which means it should end in a question mark. And remember, I need to put around the dialogue, including this question mark, quotation marks. Quotation marks go around the dialogue, including end punctuation. Let's read our last sentence. "My favorite kind of ice cream is chocolate," said Monica. I noticed that my dialogue, the words that are being said is, "My favorite kind of ice cream is chocolate." Scholars, is this at the beginning or the end of the sentence? Tell me. Yes, it is at the beginning of the sentence. What is my clue word? Tell me. Yes, my clue word is said. Now, I need to ask myself, what end punctuation should I use? Is this an interrogative sentence with a question mark? Agree or disagree? Right. Is this a sentence that shows emotion, an imperative sentence? No. ELA Masters, this is just a declarative sentence. It's just stating a fact. My favorite kind of ice cream is chocolate, said Monica. Usually, friends, we would add a period if this was a regular declarative sentence. But because this is dialogue at the beginning of a sentence, I need to make sure that I add a comma instead. I do not add periods in the middle of sentences. If I have a declarative sentence as my dialogue at the beginning, I need to end it with a comma. Can you remind me what goes around this dialogue, including the comma? Right. I need to add those quotation marks. Nice work, friends. Let's review. When my dialogue is at the beginning of a sentence, I need to ask myself, does it have an uppercase letter? What end punctuation should I use? An question mark, a comma, or an exclamation point? Then make sure it's all inside those quotation marks. If my dialogue is at the end of the sentence, I need to use my chant. Say it with me. Clue word, comma, quotation mark, uppercase letter. Great job, friends. Go ahead and click next and move on.